Hello, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis I, Michael A. Grimm, aka the Multi-Voice. I have many voices, but one opinion. And, today, I got an announcement to make. It's been like over a year since I did the, Flash Gordon meets Buck Rogers. It was the best crossover science fiction audio I ever made. And, much of my surprise, according to, the comments I got, I have a comment from one of the people who saw my review. Saw my crossover audio. And one thing that she said. Give me a sec. Here it is. Now, this one was from a commented by a fan of mine who who listened to my audio. Her name Mark Kaneki, 1235. And Mark Kaneki said, I love the concept like an old school radio show. Well, I had to say, I do admire that compliment because that's exactly what I was doing when I created that audio. So, and it's been like a year since I made this crossover of Flash Gordon meets Buck Rogers. So, therefore, I have decided to do a sequel. And therefore, I called it Flash Gordon meets Buck Rogers again. I thought that would be a good title, be kind of funny, you know, Flash Gordon meets Buck Rogers again. And, one thing you notice in the cover that I made, from the beginning, I do take some of the concept from the old series and even mix in with some modern ones. And how modern would you say? Well, let's just say that I wanted my Buck Rogers, since I play Buck Rogers, look more like the Buck Rogers from the comic books, the Dynamite Entertainment one. And Flash Gordon look more like the Flash Gordon from the Dynamite Entertainment as well. Since Dynamite Entertainment did a pretty good job of bringing some of the old school sci-fi heroes from the comics and bringing them back to popularity, I decided to have a crossover with those two. And you notice from the designs they look really different. It's because I used something that I never thought I'd be able to use for the cover, and it's, of course, that website called Hero Forge. And, you know, it's that website where you design your miniatures, and after you're done designing it, you can order it. Although, one thing I have heard, it'll be cheap if you order them without any color on them. But if you order them with color, it'll cost extra, which that's a pain in the ass. But for those of you who want to know how the story goes, well, it picks up after Flash Gordon took Mean to his prison in the modern times, and my Buck Rogers have Killer Kane in his cell, and then all of a sudden, Princess Ardell she helps Killer Kane break from prison. So, my Buck Rogers and Wilma Deering, along with Professor Hewer and Buddy the android cadet, they chase Kane and Princess Ardell all the way to Saturn, because that's where the time machine is at. And they went through the time machine, so that's when Buck, Wilma, Buddy, and Hewer went all the way to the present, and therefore meet Flash Gordon. And for those who are going to be asking, yes, Jericho Kane, he's playing Flash Gordon once again, while I'm playing Buck Rogers. And of course, he's also playing Killer Kane, and I'm playing Ming the Merciless. And of course, they're gonna meet pregnant Dell Arden, who is also going to be voiced by Gabby, Jericho Kane's girlfriend. And and of course, I'm going to be uniting my dear friend Laura from Birmingham to do the voice of Wilma again, and also my buddy Eric, who'll be doing not only Buddy the android cadet, but also doing Thun the Lion Man. And of course, I couldn't contact my old friend who does the voice of Professor Hewer, so I had to find someone else to do the voice not only Professor Hewer, but also Professor Hans Zarkov. And throughout the story, after Killer Kane and Princess Ardell went through the time machine, they also broke free Ming the Merciless. The one that I do the voice of as Ming the Merciless. and um, and of course, throughout the story, it's up to Buck and Flash and their friends to trying to find and stop Ming and Killer Kane once and for all. And I don't want to spoil anything else, but let's just say that everybody always wondering what would happen in a fight between Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. Well, I have that idea going on. It's going to happen in the arena, and Ming is going to hypnotize Flash and Buck, and they're going to force them to fight against one another, so it'll be the first time Flash and Buck's going to fight against one another until Professor Zarkov and Professor Hewer figure out a way to break free from Ming's control, and then go back to going after Ming and Killer Kane. And I'm not going to spoil the rest of it, but it's going to be a very interesting story. I haven't finished the script yet. I mean, I'm just getting to the part where it gets to the arena side. But as soon as I'm going to finish it, I'm going to round up all my friends to do their voice of their character once again. Since I have Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers make a cameo in my Doctor Who event as a temporary cameo for our doctors, I figured, what the hell? And who knows? I mean, you know that Marvel made the cinematic universe and DC is making their cinematic universe. I'm kind of making my own cinematic universe, but it's all in audio form. So it's an audio cinematic universe, or what I call it, multi-voice audio universe. And I'm also planning ahead that not only that Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers are going to end up together, I am thinking about having other science fiction forgotten heroes in this event. And that is, I'm going to introduce John Carter from Mars, from the Edgar Rice Burroughs, The Princess of Mars, and also Barbarella. Now, I know some of you are telling me that Barbarella was made to be a French erotic sci-fi story, but I'm not gonna make Barbarella so erotic like in the comics. I mean, heck, Dynamite Entertainment also owned John Carter of Mars and also Barbarella and made their own adventures. So, and since I noticed in the comic book that John Carter, his wife, Deja Thura, the Princess of Mars, teamed up with Barbarella and had their own adventures. So I figured, what the hell? Why not Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers teaming up with John Carter of Mars and, of course, Barbarella? So it will be my sort of cinematic universe in audio style. And I hope you guys will be very interested in my idea and my creation. And if any of you like this idea, please leave a comment down below. Hit like and subscribe for more. And as for me, well, Sci-Fi heroes, assemble!